This next video that Dr. Lovegrove is going to talk to us about talks about this phase 2b randomized, double-blinded, placebo-controlled, parallel group controlled study for the efficacy and safety of a big long word, but let's just call it Rezpeg, which is a brand new conjugated recombinant interleukin 2.
One of the late breakers was presented by Dr. Jonathan Silverberg, and it was discussing a novel treatment options for atopic dermatitis, which is called Rezpeg. So this is a pegylated recombinant human IL-2. So IL-2 has been shown to stimulate or upregulate T regulatory cells, but not T effector cells. And T regulatory cells are very important in the development of basically immune-mediated inflammatory disorders, including things like atopic dermatitis, in that they really provide a balance or homeostasis of the immune system. And they can downregulate these aberrant inflammatory responses that T effector cells can produce in inflammatory disease states. This study was a placebo-controlled randomized phase 1 study in moderate to severe atopic dermatitis. Patients were randomized to either placebo or 2 different doses of Rezpeg, which was administered as a subcutaneous injection every 2 weeks, and the primary endpoint was at week 12. At week 12, patients receiving Rezpeg were seen to have a significant improvement in EASI scores, in pruritus, and in rates of clear or almost clear. Furthermore, they went on to look at the patients who were deemed to be responders. And what they saw was that those patients who responded to medication, despite only receiving treatment up to week 12, continued to see a response out to week 48. So there is a number of findings here that are really interesting. Unfortunately, it was a phase 1b, so it was a very small trial. There were about 45 patients enrolled in total. And the other thing is the placebo rates in this trial were quite high, like higher than you'd like to see perhaps for a monotherapy trial. However, we do see this really kind of good improvement, a dose response for this novel molecule. And the other thing is the remission, or this potential for disease modification. So I really do share Dr. Silverberg's excitement for this new medication, this new therapeutic pathway, because there is this possibility of disease modification or long-term remission off treatment with medications like this. But the other thing is that he pointed out this really is a proof of concept that T regulatory cells are important in the development of atopic dermatitis and the control of atopic dermatitis. So more to come on this. I'm very excited to see how this goes through later phase studies.
This brand new molecule for atopic dermatitis that looks at regulatory T cells and the atopic dermatitis immunopathogenesis, this Rezpeg, it sounds very, very promising.